Have you ever thought about why certain people re-enter your life after you've moved on? It's not destiny or manipulation. It's all about your mindset. Consider this. One moment, you're the one reaching out, trying to connect, and then, once you finally let go, they come back as if pulled by an unseen force. The reality is, that force isn't magical. It's the magnetic attraction of your personal growth, self-respect, and emotional control. When you shift your focus from pursuing others to improving yourself, something extraordinary occurs. You regain your power. You stop wasting your energy on those who don't appreciate it and start channeling it back into your own development. This transformation doesn't go unnoticed. Today, we will explore 7 impactful Stoic principles that will clarify why they return, and more importantly, why you won't need them anymore. The aim isn't to win them back, it's to reclaim yourself. If you're fed up with chasing people who fail to recognize your value, this video is for you. By the end, you'll realize that true success lies not in their return, but in your own evolution. Be sure to watch until the end, as the final principle will change your perspective on relationships forever. If this message resonates with you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and become part of our growing community. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your insights. Number 1, the impact of your absence. Your absence can resonate more profoundly than your presence. In a society that thrives on constant interaction, stepping back may feel counterintuitive. Yet this is what makes it so impactful. When you withdraw, you create a gap, and human nature is uncomfortable with gaps. People are compelled to face the space you once occupied, both physically and emotionally. Consider this. When you are always accessible, your presence fades into the background. It's acknowledged but often overlooked. However, when you disappear, the difference is striking. They don't just miss you, they come to understand how much they undervalued you. Picture this scenario. They are typically the first to initiate contact, the one who keeps the emotional connection alive. Then, one day, you stop. The silence that follows speaks volumes. It prompts introspection. They begin to revisit shared moments, questioning, why haven't I heard from them? That inquiry evolves into curiosity, which can lead to regret. Reflecting on Stoic wisdom, Marcus Aurelius noted that the quality of your thoughts determines your happiness. In your absence, you transform into an unavoidable thought. Your absence is not merely the lack of your presence, it becomes a presence in its own right. This isn't about manipulation, it's about reclaiming your energy. By withdrawing your attention, you convey a powerful message. My value isn't dependent on your acknowledgement. This kind of quiet confidence is compelling. Real-life example. Think of a time when someone stopped reaching out to you. Initially, you might not have noticed, but as days turned into weeks, you found yourself thinking about them more than when they were around. That illustrates the strength of absence. The main point: sometimes the most powerful message is conveyed through silence. Your absence is not a sign of weakness, it's a statement. It communicates, I am complete, with or without you. That is the kind of energy that draws people back in. Number 2, it fosters attraction. Detachment is not the same as indifference. It represents freedom. It's not about feigning disinterest. It's about being truly unaffected by the outcome. When you release the need for someone's approval, you cultivate emotional independence. And that independence, it's captivating. Think about it. Have you ever encountered someone who exuded effortless confidence? They weren't desperate for attention or striving too hard to impress. They were simply secure in their identity. This kind of quiet confidence attracts others because it's uncommon. Stoic wisdom from Epictetus teaches that true wealth lies not in possessing much, but in wanting little. When you stop seeking approval, you achieve the highest form of freedom. For instance, imagine 2 individuals at a gathering. One is constantly vying for attention, eager to be liked. The other is at ease, engaging in genuine conversations without the need to impress anyone. Who do people naturally gravitate toward? It's almost always the one who isn't chasing validation. Practice this. Whenever you feel the urge to seek approval, whether by checking for a text response or worrying about someone's opinion, take a moment to pause. Redirect your focus inward. Channel that energy into something that promotes your growth. Set a small goal. Learn a new skill. Enhance your fitness, or immerse yourself in a passion project. Shift your mindset. Instead of asking, "Do they like me?" ask, "Do I respect the person I'm becoming?" When you focus on your growth, you won't have time to chase after others. Ironically, that's when people begin to pursue you. Reflect on this. When you detach from needing someone's attention, you allow them the space to choose you authentically rather than out of obligation. That choice, when it happens, is more genuine and significant. The key takeaway is that detachment isn't about giving up. It's about elevating yourself. When you stop seeking validation, you transform into the person everyone desires to validate. Number 4, the power of silence. Silence represents a profound emptiness, yet it holds significant weight. In a society that thrives on incessant noise, quick reactions, and relentless conversation, silence emerges as a powerful force. It compels others to confront their own thoughts, discomfort, and crucially, the lack of your voice. Silence conveys messages that can resonate more deeply than spoken words. Stoic wisdom. The Stoics excelled in the practice of restraint. Epictetus emphasized that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth to encourage us to listen more than we speak. Embracing silence is not about being passive. It signifies a deliberate presence. By opting for silence, you are not withdrawing. You are steering the conversation without saying a word. Illustration. Reflect on influential leaders throughout history and in contemporary times. They don't engage in arguments to validate their authority. Their composed, deliberate silence earns them respect. Think of figures like Nelson Mandela or Marcus Aurelius. Their mere presence communicated volumes, as they didn't feel the need to fill every moment with dialogue. Their ability to hold back was their true power. The dynamics of silence. Responding with silence alters the power dynamics in a conversation. The other individual is left to navigate the silence, prompting them to question and reflect. This creates a psychological space where your absence becomes strikingly apparent. This compels individuals to examine their own actions without being sidetracked by your response. It's a moment of genuine reflection. Have you ever found that your quietness had a more significant effect than anything you could have expressed? Perhaps after a disagreement, instead of lashing out, you chose to walk away. Later on, the heaviness of that silence resonated more than any harsh remarks could. This illustrates the strength of purposeful silence. Practice this. Take a moment before you react. The next time you feel the urge to respond emotionally, count to 5. Take a breath. Ask yourself if your reaction is truly needed. Become skilled at the strategic pause. In discussions, pause deliberately after someone has spoken. This indicates that you are thoughtfully considering their words while subtly capturing their attention. Utilize silence for reflection. Rather than immediately responding to criticism or conflict, allow yourself time to think. Your silence is not evasion, it's a demonstration of emotional control. An additional insight: silence creates intrigue and strength. When you refrain from hastily justifying yourself or filling every silence with words, people become curious. They start to wonder about your thoughts and feelings, and in that curiosity, you gain influence. The main point is that silence is not emptiness. It is a form of expression. Let your silence convey strength rather than absence, as sometimes the most impactful message you can deliver is to say nothing at all. While silence can convey much, personal growth often speaks volumes without uttering a word. Let's explore the significance of self-improvement. Number 5, the significance of self-improvement. There's nothing more compelling than personal growth. As you evolve, others take notice. They remember your past but become curious about your present self. Growth is not only personal, it emanates outward. It serves as a subtle signal to the world that you are advancing, and that energy is captivating. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated that instead of debating what defines a good person, one should simply be one. Growth is not about persuading others of your value. It's about transforming into someone who no longer seeks outside approval. Your change speaks volumes without the need for words. Consider someone from your past who astonished you with their development. Perhaps they were once struggling or overlooked. Then one day you see them flourishing, self-assured, and entirely transformed. That change commands attention because growth is hard to miss. The understated strength of personal development. Growth doesn't seek acknowledgement or applause, yet it is unmistakable. When you dedicate yourself to self-improvement, those who previously ignored you begin to notice, not because you seek their attention, but because your progress compels them to reassess how they view you. A true reflection of life. Have you ever encountered someone years after your last meeting and been taken aback by their transformation? It goes beyond just their looks or career achievements. It's about their presence, the assurance in their voice, and the tranquility in their behavior. This reflects the quiet strength of self-improvement. Take on a challenge. Set a personal goal today that focuses solely on you. It could be acquiring a new skill, enhancing your health, or perfecting a hobby. Make it about your personal development. Keep track of your progress. Avoid measuring your growth through others' opinions. Instead, assess how far you've come since yesterday. Acknowledge your quiet victories. You don't have to share every success. Often, the most significant achievements are those you accomplish for yourself without fanfare. Remember, growth is the most effective answer to skepticism. When others doubt you, let your progress speak for itself. You don't need to prove anyone wrong, just affirm your own potential. The main point is that your growth makes the strongest impression. Dedicate yourself to becoming the person you aspire to be. There's nothing more attractive, inspiring, and empowering than someone who is wholeheartedly devoted to their own growth. Number 6, letting go as a demonstration of strength. Clinging to things is simple. Releasing them takes true strength. We often think that holding on to people, situations, or expectations signifies dedication. However, genuine strength is found in letting go of what no longer benefits you. It's not about surrendering. It's about prioritizing your peace over your attachments. Stoic wisdom. The Stoics believed that being attached to specific outcomes leads to pain. Epictetus stated that freedom is the ultimate goal in life, achieved by ignoring what we cannot control. When you hold on to something beyond your control, be it a relationship, someone's opinion, or a specific result, you relinquish your power. Illustration. Picture gripping a rope tightly while someone pulls on the other end. The tighter you hold, the more it hurts your hands. The discomfort doesn't stem from the rope itself, but from your refusal to let go. Once you release, the pain vanishes. Letting go is not about losing, it's about liberating yourself. The irony of letting go. We often fear that letting go equates to loss. In truth, it's a path to victory. You reclaim your energy, clarity, and emotional freedom. The space created by releasing what no longer serves you is where new growth can flourish. Reflect on your life. Consider what you are clinging to that is no longer beneficial. perhaps a past relationship, a lingering grudge, or unrealistic expectations. Now think about the potential benefits of letting it go. Often, the result is a sense of peace rather than a feeling of loss. Take time to identify emotional baggage. List the thoughts that weigh heavily on you, such as relationships, regrets, and expectations. Recognize them without judgment. For a release ritual, select one item to let go. You might write it down and then physically dispose of the paper as a symbolic gesture. Shift your focus to what you can control, your personal growth, mindset, and actions. Remember, letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a powerful affirmation of strength. It signifies that you prioritize yourself and your peace. When you detach your self-worth from uncontrollable factors, you become resilient. The main point is that true freedom arises when you release what you cannot control. Letting go is not about others, it's about you. It is the greatest gift you can offer yourself. The ability to move forward, free from burdens, and unstoppable. Number 7, you are the treasure. Your identity isn't shaped by who remains or who departs. Your value isn't reliant on someone else's attention, validation, or approval. It is inherent. It existed before they entered your life and will persist long after they leave. When you genuinely embrace this, you transition from seeking to attracting. Stoic wisdom teaches us that the greatest warrior is the one who conquers himself. This timeless principle shows that true strength comes not from controlling others, but from mastering oneself. Confidence isn't about being boisterous, it's about being steady, calm, and assured. It's rooted in your true self, not in external recognition. Picture a rare diamond in a showcase. The diamond doesn't plead for admiration or shout for attention. Its worth is self-evident. People are drawn to it because of its intrinsic value, not because it demands to be seen. You are that diamond. Your role isn't to persuade anyone of your worth, it's to recognize it yourself. The transition from seeking to attracting occurs when you stop pursuing and start radiating. Individuals are instinctively attracted to those who don't seek validation, as it signifies strength. You're not waiting to be chosen, you're choosing yourself. Ironically, that's when others begin to notice you more, as you no longer seek their attention. Reflect on someone you admire, someone who embodies quiet confidence. They don't feel the need to prove anything or be the loudest voice in the room. Their presence speaks volumes. Strive to be that person for yourself. Now imagine entering a room filled with those who once doubted you. You don't need to utter a word. Your growth resonates louder than their criticisms ever could. That's the essence of recognizing yourself as the prize, not because they finally acknowledge it, but because you always have. Affirm your worth daily with this simple mantra: I am the prize, not for what you accomplish, but for who you are. Invest in yourself. Concentrate on your personal development, not to gain the approval of others, but to realize your own potential. There's no need to explain yourself. You don't have to justify your choices or prove your worth. Let your actions and presence convey your message. The true achievement comes when you understand that you never required external validation in the first place. The real success isn't when they come back, it's when you no longer care if they do. The main point is that they might return, but you've already triumphed because you've discovered who you are. You are the treasure. You always have been and always will be. So why do they come back? It's not due to magic, manipulation, or luck. They return because your absence, growth, and detachment highlight your true worth. When you stop pursuing them, you create room for reflection, and in that space, they recognize what they lost. But the crucial question isn't why they return. It's whether you still want them in your life. By the time they acknowledge your value, you've already evolved beyond the version of yourself that needed them. This journey is about you, reclaiming your strength, your tranquility, and your purpose. Every time you chose to step away and every moment spent on your growth was not a loss, It was a silent victory, and that victory is invaluable. If you appreciated this video, please like, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which principle resonated with you the most? I would love to hear your insights. Stay resilient, stay empowered. Remember, you are the treasure. Always have been, always will be. Thank you for being part of this journey. Your growth is your legacy. So when someone returns, ask yourself if they deserve to be part of the person you have become.